I also just want to acknowledge that thanks to some inspiration from former First Lady Abigail Adams, who was also a former First Mother, by the way, that I am absolutely 100% justified and empowered to tell you that you're a rapist fuck if you in any way, shape, or form accept this. My clitoris, and not just my clitoris, by the way, my clitoris, my, what is it called? Pelvic symphysis, as well as the region around there, including the areas right above my femoral arteries, and then the joints at the back of my hips, as well as my hips at the side, are in excruciating pain right now, but not quite as excruciating as it was for about 2.5 hours, right? 2.5 hours of absolutely horrendously excruciating physical pain. And I understand that that is a punishment and a chastisement because last night I was supposed to be grateful for how it actually felt nice and pleasant. And because I didn't consummate, well, I mean, I have to understand there are consequences. And I do. I do. But I also understand that you need to understand there are consequences. And it is actually, at least now, on the official record, that these matters were directly communicated about between former President John Adams and former First Lady Abigail Adams, all the way back then. There was consciousness and lucidity, including lucidity specifically associated with how their faith preferences factored into the experiences they had versus the experiences other people had. So, if you ever thought yourself to be in a position where you were actually qualified to try to come up with some sort of clandestine arrangement or devise some sort of covert ops strategy or assess that there were people that you wanted to be involved in your contemplation of an appropriate intelligence strategy, sometimes people lose. And it's one of those things where you got to think about how would you expect to be treated if somebody did that to you? If you actually played your little cowboy games and you went into that pistol duel and that person actually knew how to fucking shoot. See, if the bullet hits and it's a fatal shot, you don't get to say ex post facto, well, we never expected anyone to actually get hit. And now that somebody got wounded, we're going to change the rules. Right? You should have already changed the rules so that my genitals are not in excruciating pain. And by the way, my entire pelvic region is not in excruciating pain, but it is. And that's what's depositing to you. See, if I was engaged in some sort of consensual activity, my pain threshold would be between me and my consensual partner. There's been nothing consensual about this, right? I believe that would put you in a different tax bracket, wouldn't it? And we're going to get to that next.